Okay, this is Christophe Clugsotn talking to you about something very important. This is a language learning video. It's an update. It's a continuation. Uh, Sorry about the lighting. I can't control it here. It's pretty bad. Uh, Getting a lot of glare from things. I know that. I'm in Cambodia right now. So anyway, what I want to talk to you about is a continuation of something I did recently. And like I said, I have people who have done the volume method, who have also done or read my Fluent Mind book. And if you haven't, you should try it out. Uh, but this is something that stands alone. You don't need to have done the volume method. You don't need to have read the Fluent Mind or the fluency method, the Clugston fluency method, because what I'm going to offer is something that a lot of people have asked me for. And, I started years ago on YouTube giving out a lot of free information about languages, especially linguistics. So going way beyond what those language gurus who don't know what they're talking about, who don't have any academic credentials, and they don't reference any of their ideas. I mean, they're below pundits, they're ultra crepidarians. So anyway, a lot of people ask me, so can I work with you? Can you create a program? And I have with a few people. I've done that. Now, I'm not just doing one specific language because that would be very limiting and also very labor intensive on my end for very few people. So what I'm going to do is tackle one of the biggest problems of becoming fluent in another language. As an adult, you already have an L1. That's your maternal language, your mother language. A lot of ways to term that. And obviously, if you're listening to me, it's probably English, or you're very close to being a L1 in English if you're listening to this. I could do this in Spanish or Italian or French, but right now I'm doing this in English. So there are a lot of speakers of English who want to learn Spanish. That's the number one language to learn as an L2, as your second language, or as a Italian and German. Those are not the largest language in the world, but those are the ones that people have a preference for learning. Of course, it depends on where you live. But anyway, to stay on track here. So what I'm teaching is a global solution to a problem that addresses everyone, regardless of the language they're learning. So this is for any language learner. I don't care what your language is. I can help you with it. The only thing is you need to be able to speak English at a high level to understand what I will be doing. So the biggest problem that people have when they're trying to become fluent, to get beyond little phrases and little tourist sayings and phrase book stuff, or and they have a halting speech. They don't know, they don't have the vocabulary, number one, or they can't find the word that they need to express themselves, or they don't know the grammatical pattern. Depends on the language. It could be syntactical problem. It could be a grammatical problem. It could be a lexicon problem. All of those I can cure, and I have done it many times. And the thing is, the problem itself is about processing speed. Imagine here's a great analogy. All you have to do is step out of the way if a car is rushing at you, but a lot of people don't. But the thing is, why? Because they're overloaded. They have a shutdown, and I won't get into evolutionary processes. They get into a freeze situation. It's not fight or fight, it's freeze. That's the major thing that humans do. But anyway, beyond that, people also freeze when they're trying to speak another language. And the way you cure that is by increasing the speed at which they can process information. The speed. And now, for example, if you saw a car coming at you and it took 3 days to get to you, I think all of you would be able to move out of the way. So if I can literally slow down what seems to be fast to you, you'll be able to react. And that's what I can do. This is something way beyond any of the language gurus can do because they don't know about it. They haven't figured it out. They don't know how to get around it. But what I'm doing is I'm offering a 6-week personal class with me. And I've covered that in another video, but just to go over that again, you're going to have 4 sessions a week. That's 2 times a week, but 2 sessions in each video, and that video will be up for you 24 hours, 7 days a week for you to reference. So it doesn't matter where you are in the world, you can get hold of that. Then every 2 weeks, there's going to be it's not a mandatory, but a voluntary call. Now that will be at my time. So I am in Southeast Asia. So if your time doesn't line up with that, I can't help you on that. But it'll be a live call, and you can get feedback on what you're doing. So to do this properly, and this is why am I doing this? Well, it's a beta for something that I might do more of, depending on interest, and also how refined I get on the videos. There's not going to be these are going to be just about information. They're not going to be about production levels. So later it could be about production levels, but it's not important. It's about the information. You getting the education is what's important. So about these, you'll have 6 weeks of 4 sessions, 4 sessions a week, 2 times a week. You'll have 4 sessions that you can access anytime you want to, only to you, private to you, only to you. Uh, and then once every 2 weeks, you'll have a 2 session possible call that you can be on. All right. Now, during that call, I'll be giving feedback because I'm going to be giving you things for you to do, and I want to check back with you. So this is you working with me. Now, if you were to work with me one-on-one outside of this offer, I have $50 a session. So that would be $200 a week you would be spending. So that's $1,200 for 6 weeks. That's the value of that. And if you were to take in 6 different times of personal calls and feedback, which is at 2 sessions apiece, that would cost you well, each every 2 weeks. That would be another $100. So you're spending, then you would be spending a lot more than what I'm offering this for. So what am I offering this for? Well, there's a link to the page below, not in the description, but on the one of the first comments. So look in the comment section. That's where I'll put the link to the page to give you more details. This is way over a $1,200 value, and it's not going to be priced like this if I upscale this and do this again. But this is as a beta thing, and it's only for 12 people. 12 people. If you can access the page and go to pay for it, then you can get in. All right, that's the way you test it. You can get in. So this is only now. Remember, now you're gonna get 4 sessions a week for 6 weeks, and you're gonna get the possibility every 2 weeks of doing 2 sessions on a personal feedback call. This is what this class entails. I definitely guarantee that you're gonna up your processing speed. You're gonna become fluent in certain situations. Okay. Now in 6 weeks, I can't cure everything, but I can put you. You're not gonna be able to recognize yourself after 6 weeks. You're going to be so much better. Once again, this is something the language gurus can't do. So once again, so you're going to have 6 weeks of sessions, 4 sessions a week, and then you're going to have every 2 weeks, which would be 3 times during the 6 weeks. You're going to have 2 sessions. So you're going to have 6 sessions there. So that's a $600 value on top of the $1,200. So anyway, what's going on here is that you can get it for $179. $179 if you get it. You can't go to a personal coach for tennis for that for 6 weeks. You're not going to get a personal trainer in a gym for $179 for 6 weeks. You're not going to be able to come to me normally for $179 for 6 weeks. So remember, I have academic credentials. I'm a published academic linguist. I have taught high school in the United States, foreign languages. I have taught. I have a what you would call, well, there's many terms for TEFL, teaching English as a foreign language. I've done that in different parts of the world. I've worked as a tutor in many different situations in different countries. I have worked as an interpreter. I've worked as a court translator for immigration in the United States. I have the impeccable credentials that are missing from the language gurus. So anyway, you're never going to touch any of those people who can remotely match what I've done for $179 for one time, let alone 6 weeks. So take advantage of this. We're going to be starting in February. That's what I wanted to get out. That's very important. We're going to be starting in February. Lock in your slot now, okay? Lock in your slot now. We're going to be starting in February. So play this back. Look in the comment section. Look at and go to the link that I have up. Okay, and I hope to see you in the class and to increase you. So This is Christophe Clugsotn, and I'll be talking to you again. And thanks for listening. All right. I hope that you are there with us.